industry, as you know. It's an entire industry. You know, if you go online, you go to googlenews.com, you see there's a whole section called gossip news, where they're just talking about people's lives. They're talking about celebrities, they're talking about rulers, they're talking about actors and singers and whatnot. All they're discussing is people's lives. Just talk and talk and talk. Most of it is rumors. And all they do is talk, and they pass on these rumors, and they waste their time indulging themselves in this slander and in this backbiting. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us about gossip? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who have believed. He's talking to you and He's talking to I. He's talking to all of us. If someone comes to you, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba, someone comes to you, a wicked person, with news, then verify it. Then verify it. فَتَبَيَّنُوا. Make sure you verify any gossip, any information, any news that comes your way. Verify it. Lest you cause a harm or a fitna in your community, and then you become regretful for what you have done. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding us directly, verify the news that comes to you. Now if someone comes to you with gossip, hey, did you hear what so-and-so did? Did you hear what she did? Did you hear what he did? As soon as they open their mouth and they're about to gossip about someone else, verify three things. First, verify that what they're telling you is true. Verify what they're about to tell you is true. If it's not confirmed, then reject it. Say, I don't want to hear this. The second thing you should check, if what they're about to tell you is good. Are you telling me something good about Ahmed, about Sarah, about Muhammad? Is it something good about them, or is it bad? If it's something bad, why are you telling me about them? And third, check if what they're telling you is beneficial. If what they're telling you is not useful for you, why are they telling you this? And try to take yourself out of these situations where people are gossiping and slandering one another. Now one hadith that's a beautiful recipe for success was narrated by Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiyallahu anhu. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحوها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, fear Allah wherever you are, wherever you go. Private, public, whether you're with Muslims, non-Muslims, your parents or your friends, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever you are. Follow up a sin with a good deed to erase your sin, to nullify it. وَخَالِقِ النَّاسَ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنٍ. The Prophet is instructing us to treat all people with kind manners. Not the Muslims alone, not the elder alone, not the young people alone, not your friends alone. وَخَالِقِ النَّاسَ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنٍ. Treat all people with kind manners. We've all encountered people with ill manners. And maybe some of you know that this is a weakness of yours. Maybe some of you have friends or family members who have ill manners. People who cause trouble and harm to their families, to their parents, to their spouses, to their kids, with their manners, with their tongue, with their argumentation, with their criticism, with their harshness. We've all seen people like that. A person who causes trouble for everyone around them. I heard a story from one of the scholars who mentioned an incident about a mu'adhin. So this man, he worked as a mu'adhin, he made the adhan for every prayer in his masjid, and he interacted with a lot of people. And he had the worst manners. They knew him as the man with the worst manners. The worst manners. So they said he caused trouble for his community every single time they needed something. If the entire jama'ah wanted to do something, he wanted to do the opposite. If everyone said, turn on the fans, he'll say, turn off the fans. If everyone turns off the fans, he'll say, turn on the fans. If the imam takes long in prayer, he says, Ya imam, what's wrong with you? You made the salah difficult for us. And if the imam makes the prayer short and light, he'll say, what's wrong with you? Why is the salah so short? Repeat the salah. So this man was trying to always cause problems for people around him. He had very ill manners. And the entire community knew him as the man with the ill manners. Imagine being labeled as a person with ill manners, where everyone is testifying, this person is ill-mannered. So what happens? This man argues and argues and argues, and he fights with the people of the community, and they remove him from his position. And they say, Alhamdulillah, we got rid of this man, he's gone. Now what does he do? He tries to sue the masjid. So what they end up doing is they give him a building right next to the masjid, and he agrees, that's it, I'll take this as a settlement, I won't bother you anymore. So he leaves, and everyone is happy. Good riddance. Now one of the shuyukh in that community found out that this man, what was he doing? This man opened up, right next to the masjid, he opened up a funeral home to wash the deceased. So one of the scholars said, he's punishing the people before they even go to the grave. And then one of the shuyukh in a different community, he told his kids, he said, if I die, I want to be prayed upon in this masjid. They said, are you sure? He said, yes. They said, the place right next to the masjid, the guy that washes the bodies, he is that man with the ill manners. And he said, what? He said, no. He said, هذا أول عذاب القبر. This is the first part, the first stage of the punishment of the grave. He said, please, no matter what you do not let me be washed by this man. Do not let me be washed by this man. He said, I would rather go to the grave without being washed. And it was a joke, obviously, but what he was indicating is that this man with his ill manners was known across the communities as one of the worst people. As one of the worst people. So ask yourself, how do you want people to remember you? How do you want people to remember you? Be kind to others. Be well-mannered with others. Be cheerful with others. People will testify for you on the Day of Judgment. People will bear witness for you on the Day of Judgment. People will love to be around you. It doesn't make you righteous to pray 5 times a day and to pray all night, but to harm your family, to harm your parents, to harm your spouse, to harm your friends in your community with ill manners. It doesn't befit a believer who's sincere in getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to harm others. To harm others. So be gentle, be kind, and have humility. Be cheerful and smile at people. Wallahi, smiling is free. Smiling is free. A lot of Muslims are cheap. We know that. Especially in the Arab community. A lot of Muslims are cheap. Smiling is free. You can smile at people. It's contagious. It's a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.